Hey everyone, it's Dinah, and we are here for the season 14. Yes, I am calling it season 14. Everyone else is free to address it however they wish. I think Disney and the BBC are both marketing it as per RTD's wishes as season 1 and series 1 and like however they envision it. I'm comfortable calling it season 14, so I'm gonna just keep rolling with that punch. But yeah, this is season 14 of Doctor Who, the first official season with Ncuti as the Doctor, as the 15th Doctor, and Millie Gibson as Ruby Sunday, both of whom we were introduced to in the Christmas special, The Church on Ruby Road, and that was spectacular, a great introduction to both of them, and fair to say it excited a lot of people and made them very, very kind of eager to watch them in the kind of upcoming series and everything. I don't know exactly how many, I don't know if it's been mentioned or if it's been clarified by anyone, like how many seasons Ncuti is doing, or even how many seasons that Millie's doing, or if it's too early to worry about that stuff. Like their first series as Doctor and Companion has only just started airing, so I don't know if it's too early to be thinking about any of that stuff. But either way, I'm just happy to get into this journey now that it started. But I mean, it's a Saturday, and I'm watching. I knew it was coming today. I knew it was safe to watch it, and I knew I could expect it to be released on a Saturday. What I didn't know is that I could actually wake up to a new episode of Doctor Who on a Saturday. I assumed that, as per with all the previous releases of Doctor Who, it was gonna air on Saturday evening, and then following that, like within the hours following that, it would be ready to rewatch, however many times you want on BBC iPlayer. But no, I literally woke up. I actually lost my entire Friday night to sleep anyway. That's another story in itself. But I did not know to expect like a midnight release or whatever kind of release to Doctor Who yesterday. Like I think I did read about a midnight release, but then I think maybe that just completely skipped my mind or something. I don't know what happened there. But again, I thought even then it might be midnight on Saturday that, or Sunday even, that it might get like a Disney Plus release or online release or whatever you want. But no, I literally woke up today on Saturday at like 8 a.m. and checked Twitter, and people were saying, "Oh God, the first 2 episodes of Doctor Who are so good," and I'm like, is it out already? And I checked BBC iPlayer, and lo and behold, it's already out, and presumably so on Disney Plus as well. I think I knew they had the Disney kind of LA kind of world premiere and stuff, which they've never done before. But now that it's also in the distribution hands of Disney, now that they're actually amping up the weight and the kind of the notoriety of the actual promotion of the show. Now they're having fucking red carpets for it and everything, which they've sure as hell never had before. So that's a big new plus for the new season, the new era and everything for RTD2 and everything. But yeah, I was not expecting to actually wake up to an episode of Doctor Who. I've always kind of managed to somehow kind of be ready for like the actual evening viewing as per usual, and now I checked the TV guide and it's still meant to air on TV tonight, but for whatever reason it's just actually been made to watch as soon as you want on BBC iPlayer, and apparently for people on Disney Plus too. So I don't know if it's just a Disney Plus thing where because them doing it on that they're making it available on this, or what's happening, because I checked and it didn't air on Friday night. It actually just got released like at midnight, but then the actual TV viewing is still happening as scheduled this evening. But it's free to watch now on iPlayer or Disney or whatever. It's free to watch. So yeah, and I saw some other reactors that actually already posted their reactions to the first episode as well. So clearly it's safe to watch however you want. So yeah, that was quite the thing. So then I actually haven't managed to get to it until now. It's like 3 in the afternoon now. I actually had like just hours in the morning of garden work to get through, which I'm still somewhat recovering from. So now I'm finally free and able to watch the new season and everything, even if I am hours late to it, hours later than I knew I actually would be. So yeah, that's a long story, somewhat short, as short as I can make it. So yeah, that's the story of how I actually unknowingly missed the season premiere. So either way, but now we also have like a double bill, like a 2 episode season premiere drop and everything. So really, somewhat leaning towards an actual American, like an Americanized TV kind of format in a few ways here and there. But either way, I'm excited to see what they've got. So we've got the first 2 episodes of season 14 drops. I might not squeeze both episodes into one. I might actually just kind of chop them up, but then watch them in one sitting, but then separate them into individual reactions and everything. So yeah, it should be fun. again, we had our introduction to Ncuti and Millie as Doctor and Companion in the Christmas special, and they were great. They were so much fun to watch together. They got along so well. Their chemistry was off the charts, and seeing them as Doctor and Companion, you could tell that they were going to get into a lot of hijinks, and even the trailers that they released kind of show that too. They're going to have a lot of different adventures in classic Doctor Who style, like in the future and the past, on alien environments and everything. So they're going to nail like the Doctor and Companion and their adventures down to a T, and it's just going to be a lot of fun to watch. And even Ncuti as the new Doctor, like as 15, he's going to be spectacular to watch. And you know, he's got all sorts of different kind of amazing get-ups for each different episode and each different setting and everything, as does Millie and stuff. And I'm just eager. I am as excited as I've ever been, and I consistently remember feeling this excited before every new season in the past has actually premiered with like whether it's a new season for a different Doctor or a new season for the same Doctor. I've always felt excited and amped up and eager to see what's coming. So this doesn't feel any different. This does not feel any different. So yeah, without further ado, that's pretty much all I can really say. I think they did set up some mysteries as well, like in the Christmas special, like Ruby was abandoned by like a mystery woman on the doorstep of a church and everything. So she was, but then she was a foundling, so she was eventually found by Carla and raised by her. That then kind of spawned into the potential relationship that her and the Doctor could have, of both of them having been abandoned and then found by other people and taken in and given whole new lives and everything. So that's going to be an interesting kind of dynamic between them to kind of work out and figure out and see how much of the timeless child stuff for the Doctor that could lead to them delving into and explaining and everything. So the big surprise at the end of the episode was Mrs. Flood. She knew what a TARDIS was. I think she watched the TARDIS disappear in real time and she was shocked. But then at the end, like she seemed to address the audience directly and, you know, actually acknowledge the TARDIS and what it is and all that kind of stuff. So I guess some of us are right here waiting to see who Mrs. Flood is, where she comes from, how she knows what she knows, and hoping it's not just a throwaway gag reveal or gag line or something. So yeah, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, going forward, I think the show definitely kind of does have the potential to uphold some strong kind of, you know, mysteries and twists and thriller type stories and everything. So it will be interesting to see what they have. But enough talking from me. Let's get into the episode. I'm excited to watch the episode. I know you guys are too. So yeah, let me just pause this and open up this. And yeah, Doctor Who Season 14, Episode 1. Let's see what's in store. Keeping this title card then. Keeping these intros, yeah. I think it is, yeah, like, it is. I didn't like it to begin with, but I think it is growing on me more and more. I see it somewhat. Oh, okay. Oh, that's new. That's new. Okay. Did they actually change the visuals for this stuff then? It's actually more. It's slightly more in sync. It's slightly more in sync. It is slightly more in sync. Space babies. Okay. Picking up right where we left off. Picking up right where we left off. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that music. I actually do love that music. That track is so great. So great.
I'm the Doctor.
Would have been better to have the titles, like, you know, kicking after that. I think that's the only other thing. Yeah. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, usually there's like a prologue or whatever, like a preview.
My world is called Gallifrey.
Gallifrey? And where's that?
Go on!
Until it comes back again, eventually. It's gonna come back, right? Or are they gonna fully stick with it this time? Like Gallifrey's gone, dusted, and yeah.
So the one that was adopted was the only one left?
Are there dinosaurs out there?
I don't know. Go and have a look.
150 million years, that'll take you back to the dinosaurs, right? That should, I feel like.
What if I change history by stepping on a butterfly or something?
Well, that's not gonna happen, is it? Who steps on butterflies? You'd literally have to be like, wait, come here, butterfly!
Beautiful.
The Earth actually does look so beautiful during the time of the dinosaurs. Yeah.
One day this is Wyoming.
Wow.
A little town called Green River.
Well, there's definitely a river and most of it's green, so very apt. Oh, Ruby. Oh, Ruby. Whoa. Oh, the time vortex. Whoa. And into space. Okay, so the first episode's going to be on a spaceship then. Yeah. Oh. So sticking with the TARDIS landings then, when it actually just comes in and positions itself.
If it is such thing as monsters, it's just creatures you haven't met yet.
Yep, now this one wants to meet you. Oh, that was a very close call. Don't look, Ruby, don't look. Is that a baby?
Oh, we're on a baby farm.
Farm?
Part of the Genesis machine. What is it with you and babies? From baby to baby.
Baby to baby.
We went to the stars.
How do you know these are human babies though? Like, plenty of aliens look like a human. Exhibit fucking A right there.
I don't have a people, I don't have a home. But I don't have a job.
This music
either.
sounds very familiar.
I don't have a boss or taxes or rent or bills to pay. I don't have a purpose.
What an existence. What an existence. No responsibilities besides from saving the universe.
Right, and my mum, she's long gone now.
Can I see your phone?
Is he gonna extend the range?
Yes, Mum, obviously. You just ran out the door 10 seconds ago. Why are you phoning me?
Oh, only 10 seconds.
That's the best signal ever. How much that cost?
Free of charge. Better than any network you can get on Earth. Free of charge.
I keep getting these temperature fluctuations.
What the
Not
fuck?
capable of 10 to 16.
Is that a baby with CGI lips? Did they give a baby CGI lips? Did they Renesmee this thing?
Mommy, Daddy.
Oh,
No.
okay.
We're not.
Mommy and Daddy.
Oh boy, okay.
Baby farm.
A baby farm. Without parents. They're drawn all over the walls. Oh, there's just a shitload of buggies. A shitload of buggies. Okay, so there's no adults on this on this thing whatsoever. Did they only send babies, or like someone adult would have had to make this possible, right?
Show Mommy and Daddy what a good job we've been doing. Make them proud.
Okay. Okay. Oh wow. Oh, and contraptions galore.
Keep the pipes clean. I'm proud of the pipes.
He's
I'm not sure what they do, but I call them. It's a little flower.
Oh, a little flower. Oh, it's crying. Oh, now they all want a hug. I mean, you can't blame them, they are kids.
Time that you had a hug.
Never.
Oh,
Baby, it's okay.
God, this is okay. This went from hilarious and ridiculous to fucking sad. This went downhill very fast. Oh. Is that Coruscant? Are they orbiting Coruscant? Coruscant with 2 rings?
We're not meant to be like this. Did we grow up wrong?
Oh, Bobby. Oh, Popsicle.
Oh, popsicle. Oh.
Look at me. Nobody grows up wrong. You are what you are, and that is magnificent.
I love 15. I love him with my whole heart. I love him so much.
Well, I was found.
Hooray!
Little baby me was left alone in the middle of outer space.
Just like you.
I don't know.
The Time Lords.
The Time Lord.
Like me.
Time Lords.
But the point is, I am absolutely lovely.
Yes, you are.
A little sprinkle of self-love in an episode so full of mystery and confusion. Yep. I want to see more of 15 with kids. The Doctor and kids has always been a really, kind of peculiar interaction to see.
I love you, Ruby.
Oh, I love you too, Eric.
Oh.
We've got Nanny. Say hello, Nanny.
They got a nanny?
Good afternoon, children, and welcome
An
to
AI?
our new visitors.
Oh, nanomatrix electroform, Nanny.
Nanny. Oh, like Wally. Like Wally. Nanny. So there is an AI on board then?
Activate nose blow.
Activate nose blow. Okay. Oh, they're gonna get tissues or napkins or...
1, 2, 3, and
Oh, okay, they get tissues, okay. This is actually kind of like Wall-E then. Like, instead of, like, adult people in chairs, they got babies and roller buggies. And it's in the future, and they're going to a new planet. It's like Wall-E! It's Wall-E, but with babies. Is the AI gonna turn out to be... Is the nanny gonna be evil? So the Doctor and Ruby are Wall-E and Eva?
The Bogeyman.
Oh, the Boogeyman. Get Baba Yaga. Get John Wick. Call John Wick. He can sort out Baba Yaga in no time.
What would I need to go there for?
Oh, for God's sakes. 357, come on.
There's a person somewhere on the ship. That was a very that was a very non-AI voice. That was very human. Like a human getting actual frustrated. There's a person.
I was just left
By the church.
in the snow.
Ruby Road.
He saw the woman. He remembers seeing the woman. Did she notice him? Did she notice him too? Is it snowing?
It's snowing.
It's that's real then. That's snowing. That's not just in the hallucination.
And what does it mean?
I don't
Is-
know.
Is the ship connected to the people inside? Like, is there some kind of memory link or telepathic link? Like, maybe everything on the upper floors is okay because the babies are... I mean, they're not okay, but then they're still, they're handling things.
I said, portal 357.
Adult!
Don't just stand there yapping, you pair of idiots. Get inside.
So the nanny is a real adult woman.
Nanny.
Yeah, nanny. So she just masks her voice as AI then. Baby still. Why's he got a Star Trek uniform?
The company's actions are appalling. I will be launching an appeal against
So it's like a mutiny against corporate action. The adults mutinied. The adults held a mutiny.
This can help. If you leave this to sync up, that should recalibrate the whole shebang.
Thank you. Want to swap?
Hang on. So the planet down below will refuse to stop the babies being born, but once they're born, they don't look after them.
It's a very strange planet.
Sounds just like Earth, honestly.
It's not that strange.
Yeah.
And I've been all on my own, watching the kids for 6 years.
I don't understand. They are gorgeous. Why would you hide?
Exactly. I was just about to ask that.
Because I don't want to see them die.
Oh, that's a fair point. The closer you get to them, the more you risk the grief.
And I don't want them to see me die.
Dying because of what? Their like age or
This is a closed station.
so no supplies?
only so
Yeah.
much
Oh,
food,
they
there's
wouldn't get any
only so much
supplies either. Shit.
That's the fate of every refugee in the universe. You physically have to turn up on someone else's shore.
Huh. Are there more refugees now because of the flux?
And what is its skin made of? And why was I so scared?
Because it's terrifying.
Yeah, but I've met a million ugly bugs. I'm an ugly bug. That thing made me run. I just wonder why.
And you've got the Bogeyman. You've literally got
A monster under the bed.
And every story has its hero.
Oh, a baby? The baby's gonna be the hero? Oh, fuck me. He's got a sword.
No, Nanny, I'm being brave.
Oh, Eric, no, Eric. Is it a monster though?
God's sakes, run!
How do we know it's not just afraid? It got here somehow and it's afraid and it maybe, I don't know, looks can be deceiving, all that kind of stuff,
I love Ruby, and she said there's no such thing as the Bogeyman.
Oh,
So I'm going to find the naughty dog and tell him off.
Ay, okay. Oh, that naughty dog is about to become slightly naughtier.
Well, I'm so scared.
Oh no.
My God, it's my fault! Bogeyman!
Oh, Ruby's pissed off now. Aunt Ruby's pissed off. Ruby's pissed off.
Okay, next plan for what now?
Oh, you got a pipe? Just give it a bonk on the head. Knock some sense into it.
And I knew the Bogeyman was coming.
You'd shit yourself.
I need to change my
Yeah, you shot himself.
Space baby!
Hey, Eric.
Oh, Eric!
Is it blind? I don't see eyes on it. Is it blind?
Babies to the rescue!
Oh, more babies, okay. Babies to the rescue, okay.
Space babies!
They've got flamethrowers?
Babies with a flamethrower?
So Eric came down with a wooden sword that he dropped, and then they came down with friggin' flamethrowers.
Nanny, tell him what to do.
Children will return to the upper levels or have no expletive dinner.
I love how that I just said expletive, just no substitute. So it's got like a nest or like a hive or something? Oh. All of your jacket too. Oh, your hair.
Are we almost there, Joss?
Joss, Rubes.
One up above and one down below. The one up above grew the babies. The one down below.
It grew the Bogeyman.
Yes.
I said this, I told you so 6 years ago. The
But
machine
how?
is mother and father to the babies and mother and father to the Bogeyman.
Why? Because Jocelyn said that the educational software ran out of control, and then you
Said
said
it's like a story. The teaching software told a story.
it invented the Bogeyman.
Ah.
The Bogeyman is roaring at 17 hertz. That's exact pitch designed to make
Huh.
it scary.
That's actually clever.
Because it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Is made out of what?
Oh, bogies. Baby's bogies.
The machine is literal.
A bogeyman. He's a...
Oh, babes.
Bogies.
Bogies!
There's bogies in your hair. There's bogies in your hair. Oh, poor Ruby. Poor Ruby. Oh no.
I will protect my children and blast that thing to space.
Gonna cast a body made of bogies into space? Oh, it's hanging on. It's sentient enough to hang on for dear life. Oh, even the babies are saying stop. Even the babies don't want him to die. Oh, gosh.
I'm the only one of me in the whole wide.
It doesn't need to die, right?
No one else.
As long as you can section it off somewhere, it doesn't need to die.
And that, the only one of his kind.
The only one of his kind. This would be a genocide. The only one of his kind. Bogeymen are officially a thing. It's a myth brought to life. They're keeping up with that. A myth brought to life. Yeah. Oh, come on. Use that arm strength. You got biceps, Ncuti. I know you have. 1%. Oh. Okay.
Them all.
No matter what they look like.
Nanny was really naughty.
I know, and I'm so
Put
sorry.
her on the naughty step. Nanny on the naughty step.
I was just on my own.
That's true, yeah.
It was such a very
It was her
long
sole
time.
responsibility to look after like 6 different babies. Yeah. Where's the bogeyman now? Oh, still in the airlock room. And it howls. Yeah. Oh.
But you can't get there. Got no engines.
But you got a TARDIS.
Except,
You got a
turns out
TARDIS.
that built up oppression, hull 3B, a great pile of
Nanny filter.
fizzle.
You know, the shizzle.
Zillion metric tons of methane, babies.
The deadliest fart known to the universe. Oh boy. How much is that just going to disperse throughout the galaxy? Key! TARDIS key! TARDIS key.
Joel, your boss.
Oh, taxes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Oh my God.
yes, yes.
Yes, all the yes. Ruby Sanders said yes.
There is one thing that I can never do, and that's take you to that church on Ruby Road.
So he can never show her where she came from. Crossing her own time stream, that's why, right?
But you've got a time machine.
She can.
Change.
You can't
one
cross your
thing,
own time stream.
A single snowflake. That could change your birth mother's story, and then you would never meet me.
You might never meet Carla. So her mind was that powerful that it literally brought snow into life based on a memory. Where are they landing? Oh. Oh, now it can just, you know. Now it can materialize properly, yeah. Ruby Sunday. Oh, he scanned her biometrics. Is he trying to find her mother this way? Homo sapien, yeah. 19 years and 3 hours. It's snowing in the TARDIS now! Is Ruby that powerful that she just brings in thingies? Oh, no, next time. No, next time. No, next time. No, next time. No, thank you. Okay, I'll just let it play in the end credits, yeah. Actually, no, I want to hear the ending music, yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, that was quite a premiere. That was one hell of a first episode to get through. So, I think it seemed quite monster of the week. I don't know, I feel like, I feel like usually first episodes for like a new season have been quite monster of the week, with more kind of heavier kind of future foreshadowing story details actually sprinkled in here and there. So this definitely felt like it actually fit that kind of a bill. But yeah, I think overall like, it felt like so bonkers from start to finish. I think there seemed to be such like tone shifters every like, you know, every kind of every 5-10 minutes, like the tone shift is like as soon as something new was revealed, it seemed like the tone shift from one thing to another thing, and it felt really like bouncy as a story, and really kind of, you know, just kind of all over the place, but in like a chaotic way as opposed to like a really messy, unkept kind of way. But no, it felt like a really kind of good story to get into. It felt like a really good first kind of proper adventure for the Doctor and Ruby to have, so that seemed really fun. It was a really kind of cool like introduction to their time solo in the TARDIS and everything, like their first kind of adventure to go on, like him taking her back to like 150 million years to the dinosaurs, and then taking her to and like taking her to space and everything again. You know, I am kind of intrigued to know what would have happened if they'd stuck with the dinosaur one, and maybe that like would have been, because I don't know if Doctor Who ever actually has had, we've had dinosaurs on a spaceship, but we've never actually gone back. I don't think we've ever actually gone back to the time of the dinosaurs themselves. I think it would have actually been interesting to know if there was some kind of time travel sci-fi adventure to be had with the dinosaurs on prehistoric Earth and everything, and the Doctor and Ruby have to actually solve some kind of mystery there, you know, like if that would have even been possible. But then that was more like a test run kind of thing, and then he takes her to the future. I guess if they're going down the reboot path, then it would actually be very similar to the Eccleston series, when 9 took Rose to the end of the world, and that one actually had like I think maybe some human refugees here and there, but then that one had like a whole kind of like collection of different alien races coming together to view the Earth in its final hours before it was fully destroyed and done and dust and everything. I think at that point humanity had probably been near extinct, because then Cassandra was a human, but then she had all sorts of other body augmentations and everything. I mean, I don't know if that actually ever changed her DNA, but you know, like actually changed her like being a human, but I don't know. But either way, like that was actually like that was the first proper adventure. That was the second episode, I believe, but then that was their first proper adventure on the TARDIS together. So a similar thing, like their first adventure on Earth was their first episode, but and technically, yeah, 15 and Ruby's first adventure on like together was on Earth with the goblins and everything. But this one is him taking her to the far future, where humanity has actually left Earth because it's no longer habitable, and then they've actually found the new planet and all that kind of stuff. So I guess RTD is revisiting his old favourites and everything in more ways than one. So. And I mean, yeah, look, like I said, from like the more we got into the story with the space babies in space, on a ship in space, on a space station in space, you know, I kind of got more and more vibes from that, like, you know, like babies in strollers instead of adults in the floaty chairs, and then Nanny, like, as in, you know, I mean, up until she was revealed to be like an actual human woman and everything. I think Nanny potentially being like an AI autopilot type thing, taking care of the babies, being the I can't remember. I rewatched the movie and I forgot his name. I think it was Auto. I think the pilot kept calling him Auto, but I think he actually was the autopilot and everything. So like the Nanny like being like the autopilot, the Doctor and Ruby potentially being like Wally and Eva, and then of course set in the far future, and they've left Earth and they're going to a new planet. I think in Wally they did go back to Earth after they found out that it was actually like vegetation and organic life was possible again, but then with this one they were actually leaving Earth, and I mean yeah, I think that they were leaving Earth and going to a new planet and everything, but I mean originally they were going to Pacifico del Rio, but then after that it said I think Candor Moon, or He mentioned something else. I forgot the name of that already. I didn't write it down, so I've forgotten it. But yeah, I think with this one, that they actually are going to new planets. I don't know exactly how far into the future they said, because I think Ruby mentioned numbers. She mentioned 2, 1, 0, 5, and then 6, so 5 numbers. But I don't know if that's like 21,056, if that's the year. If we're that how far ahead, because I mean, even the idea of humanity managing to actually still exist that far into the future and still remain human is astonishing to me. But then I think in all of in all the different videos that the adults made of like them leaving the company and leaving the ship and everything, like the kind of corporate mutiny videos they made, they mentioned 56, 56, 22. So I don't know if that could be like 30, 22 or 40, 22 or something else. Like I don't know if maybe then the date. I mean, he asked for numbers. I don't know if he actually specified. I mean, he did to say going into the future, and then she gave him the numbers. So maybe then by that time humanity like changes up the time and date system or something, because they're going into space, and maybe then the time difference or something compared to Earth will be different. But I don't know. But either way, that far into the future. So yeah, it's like up until they actually do manage to make it their own story with the Bogeyman and the going to a new planet and the nanny and all that kind of stuff. Then it is kind of like Doctor Who's Wally, which I guess Disney would allow. I think they probably wouldn't really say no to that. But yeah, but Wally, I love that movie so much. Honestly, I rewatched it yesterday. Like a few months back for the first time, and honestly, it still holds up. It holds up like so many of the older Disney and Pixar films. It holds up so fucking well. It wasn't like a high octane adventure by any means, but it definitely seemed like the kind of story to really put the Doctor and Ruby in their respective shoes, to put them into the roles of Doctor and companion, and to really get Ruby used to being on the TARDIS and to get her used to being in different environments. And even this whole situation being as bonkers as it was, it seemed like the perfect adventure to get her into that mindset of being companion, having to get used to anything and everything at the exact same time, having to adapt to so many different kind of twists and possibilities and so many other kind of different configurations of existence that she wasn't even aware of, like other planets and other living conditions and other possibilities like space babies. You know how much, like I don't know if they're gonna attempt to make things any more bonkers, or if they're actually just gonna keep things on the same level of bonkers every time. But either way, I feel like it definitely kind of felt more like the Doctor, like once again having to get used to like a new kind of ecosystem and like a new adventure and new people, and then Ruby having to deal with that on top of him being in said situation as well. So like traveling with the Doctor, meeting new people, going to new environments, and just being on an adventure, having to think on your feet, having to be a companion also means having to make decisions for yourself and for other people. And on top of that, like their chemistry seemed as energetic and as lively and as bouncy and as happy and as, you know, well combined as ever. Like they really seemed to get along. They really seemed to mesh well. They connected very well. They were on each other's kind of wavelengths and everything. So again, just really kind of cementing themselves as an ideal Doctor and companion duo. So there was a mention of like the company that I think like the sanctioned the baby making in the first place. I think they wanted to stop making babies, but then it was illegal to stop the baby making machine and everything. So then there is now officially a machine that makes babies and everything, which I don't know what that implies happened to the human race in the first place. Like if enough of them died from whatever happened on Earth, like if it was natural causes or if it was like an actual devastation of some kind, like man-made or something. But then enough of them were lost that they needed to relocate to another planet. But then they also needed to rebuild the human population again. So there was that. But then the adults, I think, they were unhappy and also just unhappy to the least. Like that they were extremely unhappy enough with the company's actions and the company's kind of quotas and corporate malfeasance enough to actually want to mutiny and to record those logs to say that was the reason why and everything. So the adults left the ship, but then where did the adults go though? Because then I'm presuming, like, if they cared enough, then surely once they got to wherever they were trying to get, maybe assuming they had the means to, they would try and send word out that the space station was still stranded in space with God knows how many babies on board and more on the way, like from being in the machine in the test tubes and everything. So it's been 6 years, and I don't know if any of them actually knew about Jocelyn being on the ship. So maybe if they didn't know about her being on the ship, then they would assume, oh, there's no adult on the ship. So then we don't even know how long the babies are going to last with such limited you know, because then she's on the ship and she's, I mean, who would take up, I mean, a human would, right? Or no, I mean, well, no, a human would, like an adult human can most likely go for like a lot longer without necessary kind of nutrients or supplies or anything like that. So she did say the only reason they were kept alive was because she gave them the oxygen from her portal room as well. So then, yeah, but then once that finishes, then either they die first or she dies first. But then even then, I think the only reason she didn't actually interact with them was because she didn't want to, you know, go through that grief and everything. So the only reason that no one had come for the babies yet is because they either didn't know who was on board or because they just, I don't know, maybe they didn't think it was worth it. I don't know. It's making me tired. I mean, it's boiling, so I'm tired because of that too. But I don't know, just thinking about why they wouldn't. Oh, well, actually, no. They did clarify. I mean, even then, Ruby did clarify, like, oh, so then once they're born, no one actually cares about them. No one actually cares what happens to them and everything. So that feels awfully too familiar. So that was a pretty prime kind of reason as to why the babies were left stranded on a space station, and even more babies were being created as well. More babies were actually on the way. They were being created and everything. So I do wonder how that would have actually gone down with some of humanity, though. Like if all of humanity actually agreed with that method of making babies, as opposed to the natural way and everything. Like if they actually agreed with making babies, kind of, you know, in like almost like a batch production of babies in like a machine. No doubt that actually did, you know, cause some debates and spark some debates and everything back home. And I do love that they actually did like flesh out Jocelyn's character to be like an actual human being with some measurable level of grief and trauma and stress from fucking years and everything. Like the fact that she was their nanny and everything, but then she also kind of was conscious enough of her own pain and the weight of the last few years. She was conscious enough of all that to know that like the safest thing for her to do and the safest thing for the babies to do as well, because then she didn't want to watch them die and cause herself even more stress and die from that, and then she also didn't want them to see her die, because then that stress, like that kind of stress, or like, cause especially I'm pretty sure the babies were aged up as well, because I think the babies were like, well, like they were mentally old enough to talk and to get words out properly and to communicate, you know, somewhat kind of efficiently, or in like a way that Ruby and the Doctor could actually understand. So I think Ruby did say the babies were born 6 years ago, so then if you mentally age that up, then that's like babies who are 6 years old mentally, but then physically they're actually still babies and everything. So I think 6 years old, I think that would be kind of old enough to experience like a somewhat good portion of things like life and death and illness and all that kind of stuff. So if they saw Jocelyn die in front of them, then that would be traumatizing for them. Yeah, like just seeing, like, or even finding out that like Jocelyn had died, or seeing that Jocelyn had died, like either one of them, you know. So actually leaving the nanny as like a somewhat like a disembodied voice kind of in the kind of ceiling or whatever, you know, just kind of taking care of them from afar. Even Jocelyn saying, like, you know, she's not like an engineer, she doesn't know how to fix the ship, and she barely knows how to actually manage all these children as well. Like her on her own managing children on, like, I mean, granted she's on a spaceship with like the machine still running and like a spaceship with some advanced capabilities, but even then, like her taking care of like six or seven babies, all with the mental age of little ones and everything, is just, she's kind of become accustomed and tuned herself to making sure that nothing and no one hurts the babies or attacks the babies, that under no circumstances the babies come under any damage or any kind of harm or anything like that. So then if she comes across the Bogeyman, who is literally, you know, like a creature from myth, designed and written to kill children and everything and punish naughty children, she would want to take that out and everything. So I mean, again, like that was like her own panic and her own fear and her own paranoia kind of driving her to do like to actually jump to the worst case scenario and do the worst possible thing. So I think it was even the babies actually seeing the Bogeyman in the airlock, being kind of ripped out of the airlock and having its skin shut off and being terrified. I think even the babies are like, no, don't kill the Bogeyman, save the Bogeyman, don't kill him. Like even the babies know, like, it may be the Bogeyman, but it doesn't deserve to die or to be, you know, pushed out the airlock or anything like that. So that then kind of further pushing in the point that hatred, like if a child hates something or someone, like it's been taught to hate that person, and that hatred is not born, like babies, especially even babies who are 6 years old, you know, which is a really weird thing to say, but even babies who are 6 years old will know enough about life and love and everything to actually still want to save something before they resort to killing it and everything. So, you know, I think killing, you kind of have to be taught how to do that. Like, you know, like I think nature's way is to actually bring and nurture life, and like nurture is nature. So they wanted to save the bogeyman even when knowing it was, but they even knew of it as a monster underneath. Even Eric kind of went like with his sword to try and fight it, you know, and then started shitting himself as soon as the monster actually showed up and everything. So yeah, I think it is like a nice little like a nice kind of nuance around that whole kind of subject that they kind of wrapped up neatly in the end and everything. So that was really cool. And yeah, they're definitely keeping up with the whole idea of like myths come to life. I think I trust that's where they were going with that, because the toy maker was the first kind of Doctor Who element that was actually like a myth brought to life and everything, you know, and him actually bringing more and more kind of stuff to life too. But with this one actually did kind of feel like it was going along with the whole kind of myth brought to life trope that they the myth brought to life kind of story element that they actually brought to life in the 60th and everything. The bogeyman literally being like a monster out of a children's story, out of like storybooks and everything, actually being brought to life. Even if it was from the machine, like the education system crashed and the machine on top created the babies, but then the machine on the bottom create like it actually utilized the waste from children, like specifically the bogey waste, and it created the bogeyman. So yeah, I mean, then I feel like then there might be some level of coincidence there instead, because then it literally is like it's a very, very literal machine, but then it took the waste that it had access to, which was the bogies, and then it created a bogey monster, but then they identify it from the stories as the bogeyman. But then I'd like to think that there is also that little kind of sprinkling of like an actual myth being brought to life in that sense, because of the walls and everything. So yeah, I guess it works either way. Seeing the Doctor and Ruby in baby mode too was like a really, really cute, really sweet thing to see. Both of them like in the first 10 maybe 20 seconds being just so astonished, taking the time to take it all in and just being so confused and everything. But then once they do get used to it, they're really, really soft and cuddly and really kind of, you know, really tender and really sweet with the babies and everything. Even Eric instantly being like, you know, head over heels for Ruby, and even going to a war for Ruby, like, I'll go to war for you. Ruby told me there's no such thing as bogeyman, so I'm going to fight the bogeyman, I'm going to prove her right and everything, and then proceeds to shoot himself, which I think is honestly a very human reaction to have. But even the Doctor as well, like having that talk with Captain Poppy as well, like actually telling Poppy, like, you know, no one grows up wrong, no one's born or grown up the wrong way, you know. Even me, like the beautiful thing about you is that you're unique, and all that kind of stuff. Like him having that talk with Poppy as well. Even Poppy's like yawn when he's like, oh, even me, I'm wonderful and everything. He's like, that's not a rhetorical question. Just both of them kind of being so like amazing around children. And I mean, each Doctor I feel like has had a very, very kind of unique relationship with children. Like some of them they've all been very, very sympathetic and empathetic towards children, and they've always had a soft spot for children. Like they will always fight to make sure that children in the situation of an episode will kind of come out with no harm done to them. But I feel like in terms of interaction, they've all had very, very kind of different and very, very varying levels of communication and like engagement with children and everything. 13 and 11 might be the exceptions. Like they had like an immaturity to them and like a childlike sensibility to them. But then, you know, every other Doctor, like besides from them, like it feels like, you know, they definitely engage with children. That they were very, very kind of open with them and like very, very kind of honest with them and like had like that kind of communication with them. But then 15, it feels like he's actively vulnerable. He's bubbly enough like personally to actually kind of be like them, and he just kind of connects with them, and he's like, you know, like he turns into a bubbly happy little child when he's kind of communicating with them and everything. So it feels very kind of unique to him and very, very similar to what we've seen before as well. I'm hoping that kind of does make sense, but I don't know, maybe I'm not the most articulate when it comes to words. But I think it might have been the Doctor who said, I think the Doctor or someone said like there's actually a lot more refugees now too. So I think I wonder then if it could be because of the flux that there's actually refugees. Like maybe if like any kind of survivors off of planets that were ravaged by the flux, maybe if they actually survived, and maybe if they fled somewhere else, you know, maybe then if they made it off world before the flux reached their world, then maybe then they could actually end up like if they could end up surviving, if they could actually like if they end up being refugees and everything. So maybe then that's why there's now like an actual intergalactic kind of organization dedicated to actually helping refugees, but to the extent that the refugees have to make it to them and not the other way around and everything. So and yeah, so the Doctor was doing like a DNA scan of Ruby. So I don't know if that's like a I mean, we've never seen him doing that as like a general routine inspection type thing for any of the other companions. But I mean, the last time I can remember it happening was with was with Amy, when 11 was measuring, was trying to get the TARDIS to detect whether or not Amy was pregnant, and then it just kind of kept flicking on and off between pregnant and not pregnant. Like, that's the only other time I can remember it. But with this one, it's a full body DNA scan, and so he's even identifying her species. So I wonder, I think we even went back to that memory that the Doctor had of going back to that night and everything when he went to stop the goblins. I think he saw the woman turned around and pointed to him, so she actually noticed him. She pointed to him and actually saw him and everything. So I don't know. I don't know how much more of that scene that there is to see. Like how much more truth that there is to that scene that we've yet to discover. Maybe he actually did talk to her. Maybe he interacted with her. Maybe he found out something more. Like maybe. But then, I mean, her species is still identified by the TARDIS as Homo sapiens, so definitely of Earth and everything, and of human origin. So, but then even after that, he did tell Ruby, like, you know, you can travel with me, you can be my new companion, we can be friends, we can travel together under one condition that you understand. We can never go back to that night. When the woman dropped you off the church, we can never go back there. I mean, he didn't say they can't find out who she was, but then he said we can never go back there. So then, you know, they've already established that going back in time and changing something can have hugely drastic kind of consequence and everything. You know, she might have never met the Doctor. She might have never ended up with Carla. Who knows what could have happened? You know, but then I was thinking like more so like the whole pre-established danger of actually crossing into your own time stream, like that kind of risk and that kind of consequence and everything, which they also did cover in season 1 with the Reapers and everything, you know, with Rose and everything. So they are kind of establishing early on that like he can't take her back there because it would be crossing into her own timeline, and there's no telling what Ruby would even do, because I mean, officially speaking, Ruby hasn't gone back in time to see her mother yet. So, you know, and that's not even like a paradox that they can cross or create or anything like that. So there's really no telling exactly how much like information from that night they can really kind of discover or find out. But yeah, for the most part, that is pretty much all I have for the most part. So yeah, that was a great first episode. That was really fun to watch, really fun to get through, really snappy and really cool kind of story with the babies and the Bogeyman and everything, like a really cool kind of, you know, typical child kind of story and child myth and everything, all that kind of stuff. So really cool first episode. So I can't wait to see what the next one holds. So yeah, that was Doctor Who season 14, episode 1, titled Space Babies, as we found out, Space Babies. So yeah, thank you guys as always so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like and comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is going to be coming up next up in the season, and what you're looking forward to. For those interested, the full length reaction will be available over on Patreon, so you can go check that over there. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So until the next time, bye bye for now.